The artist that I selected goes by the name of Giorgio Vasari, also known as the first art historian. He was born on July 30th, 1511 in Arezzo, Tuscany, then passed away at the age of 62 on June 27th, 1574 in Florence. He had an array of skills including paintings, architecture, writing, and of course being a historian. He was considerably wealthy in his lifetime, and he built his own house in 1547 in Arezzo. Some achievements of his was that he was elected to the municipal council of his native town and later rose to the supreme office. In the year 1563, he helped found the Florence Academy of Art and Design. Vasari's apprentice was Guglielmo da Marsiglia, who was a skillful painter of stained glass. He was recommended to be his pupil from his cousin Luca Signorelli. Impressively, by the age of 16, Vasari was sent to Florence by Cardinal Silvio Passerini, where he joined the circle of Andrea del Sarto. He also befriended the infamous Michelangelo, who strongly influenced his painting style. Vasari also made art for the ruling Medici family. One of his most famous pieces of work is the lives of the most excellent painters, sculptors, and architects. It's considered the ideological foundation of art history writing. The medium is paper, ink, and wood. Vasari invented the genre of the Encyclopedia of Artistic Biographies with its first publication in 1550. He dedicated his work to the Grand Duke Cosimo de' Medici. Vasari was actually the first to use the term Renaissance in print. Included in the encyclopedia is a novel on the technical methods employed in the arts. In 1568, the book was rewritten and enlarged, and woodcut portraits of artists were added. It's interesting to note that the book is strongly biased towards Florentines and tends to praise them for the development of Renaissance art. The biographies that he wrote include amusing gossip and fiction that were later corrected by modern researchers. The work also includes more about himself and his family. Another famed work by Vasari is the Uffizi Colonnade and Loggia, with construction in the years 1560 through 1580. The medium would be wood, stone, and marble. It's located in Florence and literally translates to the word offices. It was originally designed as a centralized space for the city bureaucracy, however today it is a world-famous museum. The building consists of three sides of a long, narrow plaza. It's a link between the Amo River and the Palazzo Vecchio and the Plaza della Signoria. A fun and ironic fact is that Uffizi is a highly influential attraction of the Grand Tour. According to Vasari, famed Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo would gather there for beauty, work, and recreation. The third most famous work done by Vasari is a painting called The Portrait of Duke Alessandro de' Medici, who was the Duke of Florence from 1530 through 1537. The painting was done in 1534, and the medium is an oil on canvas. Today it can be found in Florence in the Galleria Palentina. The painting contains several allegories and symbols. In the background there is a view of Florence with the Duomo being shown. Symbols in the painting include the throne he sits on, which has 3 lion claw feet, which symbolize Florence. The ruined building behind him symbolized the struggle the Florentines faced in order to defend the Republic. The red color symbolizes all the blood that was shed by the Florentines during the siege of Florence. The helmet resting on the floor symbolizes the peace following the termination of the bloodshed and war. According to Vasari, painting the armor was the most difficult part due to the reflections. The reflections are designed to represent the reassurance that the Duke has a love for Florence and wants to install the trust he wants from his people. Secondary works done by Vasari include decorations of the Palazzo Vecchio. He built the paneled ceilings and painted 6 scenes of battle that symbolize the military successes of Cosimo I over Pisa and Siena. He also conducted decorations on the dome of the Florence Cathedral. However, they remain unfinished due to his death. Many of his frescoes can be found there. Lastly, he built a secret passway known as the Vasari Corridor. He built it as an escape route to keep the Medici family safe. It begins at Palazzo Vecchio and eventually ends at the Pitti Palace. Vasari lived in the 16th century. Early in his life, he lived in a relative period of peace under Habsburg Spain. However, the siege of Florence from 1529 to 1530 overthrew the Republic of Florence and installed the Medici family as ruler of the city. These political movements are reflected in Vasari's painting of the Grand Duke. Vasari's artistic style can be classified as mannerism that flourished in Florence. It is an elegant courtly style known as a degeneration of High Renaissance and Classicism, or an interlude between the High Renaissance and Baroque. Clearly, Vasari did a lot in his life and for the city of Florence.